Hey, I'm excited today to have a Canadian icon, Steve Bell, with us. He has sang and given concerts to over 500,000 people, I think 21 CDs at the last count, won the Queen's Jubilee Medal for Canadians who are making an incredible contribution to our country. And I could go on for quite a while, but you'd rather hear from Steve. So Steve, welcome today. I'm really glad you're with us from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm well. And just tell me, we always want to know, how cold is it today? Are you on a warm snap?
Well, it's not as bad as it was. I mean, I think it's, minus 10 right now. We just came out of like a 2.5 weeks of, minus 30 to minus 40. So this feels like t-shirt weather to us right now.
Well, I used to live in Winnipeg, and minus 10, that was a reason to pull out your shorts. So, that's right.
It's a joke, but it's true. After you've been through a couple weeks of minus 40, it actually feels balmy here. So you know that, right?
So update me. How have you been surviving through COVID? You've been doing virtual concerts. For a man who's always used to being on the road, what's it been like?
The short answer is fine. It's good. But I mean, it's a tough year. I mean, nothing is easy. None of us are operating out of what we've cultivated in our skill set. I'm not used to emoting or ministering to a camera. I've spent 30 years ministering to people, and I can see them and I can interact with them. And so, doing it with a camera, oh my goodness, it's soul sucking. But we're getting better at it. We've pivoted hard. We're learning the technology. We're watching what we do and trying to improve every time. And it seems to matter. People, are watching the concerts, the free ones and the paid ones, and the response is that it's still worth being open-handed with what God has given us.
So talk to me a little bit about that. What has God given to you? I mean, I can go on and spell off these accolades, but what are the things that you're very conscious of that God has entrusted you that you're to give to other people?
Well, I think my songs, when I write songs, I don't have you in mind. I don't write for an audience.
You mean it's not about me?
No, sorry. I know you think it is. No, my songs are really my prayer journal. I mean, it's how I pray. It's how I interact with scriptures. It's how I interact with Jesus. It's how I interact, in a sense, how I wrestle with God in my own life and in the context that I live, the political, social, drama that I live in my time. And what I've come to believe is that my prayer journals, my songs, seem to have a positive effect on folks in terms of their own walk. And so it's my job to do this work and then share it publicly.
You've just come out with a new CD. You've come out with a new CD. Is that part of a combination of what's come out of your prayer journals? Tell me about your CD.
Oh yeah, it's called Wouldn't You Love to Know? There it is, right there.
I would like to know.
We actually were. It actually comes from the title song is from N.T. Wright's sermon, where he talks about how do we come to know things truly. And the short thing is that he says, you can never really know what you don't first love. That love precedes knowledge.
Wow.
Then he defends it, and then at the end of this little sermon, he makes this little pithy statement. So he says, if it's true that you need to love in order to know, then wouldn't you love to know?
Okay.
It's just a clever little thing. And of course, as a songwriter, I read something like that and I kind of go, a song! But it affected me powerfully, because I realized that I didn't come to know my wife and then decide to love her.
Yeah.
I fell in love with her. And then over the last 30, 40 years, I'm learning to know her, that the love precedes, and the commitment of love precedes all knowledge. So that's whether it's my relationship to you, to my church community, to people who are not like me, or even to the non-human creation.
Steve,
yeah.
You're going to sing a song for us right now. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Then we got to go to the song.
Well, it's called Kindness, very quickly, but it comes from Teresa of Avila, the prayer who's 16th century. But basically, she's saying in this little thing that we are the hands and the feet. We are the love of God. Like I am, and you are the love of God for the rest of creation. And that's what I try to do with my music. That's what you try to do with your ministry. That's what people do with baking pies and taking care of children and helping the sick, that we are literally the love of God.
Let's listen to Steve Bell sing right now, Kindness.
Christ has no body here but ours, no hands, no feet here on earth but ours. Ours the eyes through which he looks on this world with kindness. Ours are the hands through which he works. Ours are the feet on which he moves. Ours the voices through which he speaks to this world with kindness. Through our touch, our smile, our listening ear, embodied in us, Jesus is living here. Let us go now, inspirited, into this world with kindness. Through our touch, our smile, our listening ear, embodied in us, Jesus is living here. Let us go now, inspirited, into this world